Okay, so let's check out what I'm going to be attempting today. Okay, so here's the mission. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle here. Okay, I'm just going to show that this Dreamcast right now is working. Right now it is running Cannon Spike, one of the great games. Got a video on Cannon Spike on my channel. You can check it out. Okay. This is what this console looks like. It's your basic vanilla Dreamcast. I got something in the mail today. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the console. Gonna turn the power off. Gonna remove the controllers. Plug the HDMI. That over here. Plug the power cord. Take out the game. Look. Take out the game. Yeah, that one's expensive. I'm not paying $300 for that game. Okay, so basically, this is what you've got. I've got this little camera set up so you can kind of see up close. Okay, this is what it looks like inside. Let me show you what I got in the mail today. Let me show you what I got in the mail. This is pretty cool. Hey, what's happening, kevgret? I'm going to attempt to live mod a Dreamcast. Wish me luck. Put on a little background music. There we go. Okay. There's the Dreamcast. Let's see what came in the mail. Oh, goody goody. What is this? What is this? Check this out. Check this out. What it says. Retro is cool. Retro is cool. I'm going to open this up. This is my first time looking at it. I hope it's all here. Hope it's all here. I waited a while for this one. Hope it's all here. We're going to change this vanilla white Dreamcast. Yes. Mods. Okay. And we're going to change this vanilla Dreamcast into a great Dreamcast. This is an awesome mod. I've done these mods before. Look how cool this looks. There's the grape shell. Okay. This opens up. There it is on the inside. This is the base of the Dreamcast. This is what everything's going to have to fit into. This just slides out. Okay. We'll put that over here for now. Okay. Let me move this tray out of the way. Okay, let me take the modem out. This piece here, this is the actual Dreamcast. Was one of the first consoles that actually had a modem, a dial-up modem. But you could get a broadband adapter. You could play games like Quake on the Dreamcast, Quake 3 Arena. Okay. This is all you need. One tool, screwdriver. Okay, let's rip this mug apart. Let me make sure you can see it good. Okay, so you start at the bottom. First thing you do, take off the modem. This, you press here, it pushes out. This is what you got. Okay. This is an easy switch over, so I'll probably do that last. Okay. You're going to unscrew 4 screws, one in each corner. There's one. One on the second one. I'm going to put a little plastic container to catch these in. The most important thing with this mod, I've done this will be like my 4th one I've done, I think. The most important thing is just take your time and don't rush. Don't rush. And remember how it all goes together. You saw I had a playing Dreamcast when I started, so If the mod is successful, I'll have a playing Dreamcast, but it'll be purple. We shall see. We shall see. While I'm disassembling this, I think I'll play a video of why I love the Dreamcast so much. Let me add this to the stream. You'll still be able to see me. I'm going to play this as well. This is Papa Brad, and welcome to my Dreamcast live stream. Well, I will be featuring and talking about one of the amazing, remarkable games that came out on the Sega Dreamcast. Check out, I got some good games on the Dreamcast on my channel. Because the Dreamcast was awesome. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It was decades ahead of its time. And it's okay. Here we go. Ready for the reveal? The Dreamcast, they still hold up today. Woo! We got some of the greatest arcade ports ever brought to any home console. Plus, we got tons of original games. So why don't you just hang out with me for a while? I could just pop this purple. And we're going to explore some of the amazing titles, the amazing games that made the Sega Dreamcast my favorite and a lot of other people's favorite console ever released. I need to get some glasses. We're going to talk about all the great games. Thanks for joining me. While you're here, before we get started, first thing I'm doing, don't forget to like this video. If you like, okay, I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to start with the optical disc drive. We're going to take that off first. Screw here in the middle. Home arcade content. Consider subscribing to Papa Brad's Gaming. While you're at it, ring that bell. So when we go live, you'll get a notification and know when we're talking about the Dreamcast or doing a home arcade stream. Despite its short lifespan and limited third-party support, people have celebrated the Dreamcast as one of the greatest consoles of all time. It is considered light years ahead of its time for pioneering concepts such as online play and downloadable content. Many Dreamcast games that I will discuss are considered innovative classics, including games like Sonic Adventure, Crazy Taxi, Shenmue, Jet Set Radio, that's it, and of course the great, my favorite fighter of all time, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Checking out the power supply next. Also, this console had a lot of high quality ports from Sega's Naomi arcade system board, as it was easy to bring it over to the Dreamcast. So hang back and enjoy this journey with me into the games of the Dreamcast. Let's take a flashback and take a ride back to the year 1999 and 2000 for Sega's last console, and in my opinion, the best console ever made. Still holds up to me. It's still my favorite. We had the great shmups on the Dreamcast. Okay. Tons of great arcade ports. Pause this real quick. Okay, so when you pull this up, you're going to pull straight up. Now, there's actually some connectors right here in the front, and it slides onto this. Let me kind of show you. There it is. Don't be afraid, you're not going to break it. It's kind of a firm fit, and it pulls up. There it is. Okay, so there's the power supply for the Dreamcast. Put this right over here. Okay. So now I'm going to take off the controller ports, the fan, and the motherboard. I'll take off the switch next. That's where the power button is to turn the machine on and off. What the Dreamcast had in droves was creativity, originality. They had sports games. I mean, the amount of games that released in the short lifespan of the Dreamcast, it's just simply mind-boggling. So many good games. And it's going to be fun going back and reliving some of these memories of playing some of these awesome games. It'll be fun taking this journey with friends I've met in the home arcade community, in the video game community. And we can chat about these awesome games that, you know, often get overlooked for the newest and shiniest games that are coming out. I want this series of Sega Dreamcast live streams to be really focused and generated around the games that people that are watching these streams want to see. For example, I just streamed Crazy Taxi without editing out any of the music. I took
Crazy
copyright
Taxi
claim because to me,
that Offspring music
I want to
in
show
there.
the games
That's
in
legit.
the legit format. And this is not all about money. This, you know, I'm doing this out of the love of these games and the love of this community. So come join me, and especially put in the comments of these videos the Dreamcast games you want me to show, and I'm going to try to seek them out with my small army of Dreamcasts. I have 4 Dreamcasts. I have emulators that play Dreamcast. So I'm going to try to find some of these games, and it will be centered around the games that people want to see me play.
Disconnect the fan.
I will try to go in depth and do a little history, a little background, and talk about these games, talk about what made them special.
Okay, that's loose.
You know, maybe explore some of the crazy peripherals that Sega had to play these games. For example,
move this over just a little bit.
I just played Quake, and I found out that Quake 3 Arena you could play with a keyboard and mouse. So I went, found the game.
Go slow,
one of my
take your
good
time.
viewers.
No need to panic.
Quake 3 Arena, found the game. Then I found a mouse that I could use, and I played the game with a mouse. By the way, I would imagine the mouse and keyboard is the way to play that game on the Dreamcast. Could not find the keyboard, but I did get the mouse. There was such a variety of types of games too on the Dreamcast. I still feel like that's missing. I mean, you could even fish on the Dreamcast. You know, they just had some really cool, unique titles that I just don't see the originality and the creativity like it was in the time of the Dreamcast. But you know, maybe I'm just old. What do you think? Hopefully this video rekindles some of your love for Sega's final console, the Dreamcast. Released on 9/9/1999. Put some of the games that are your favorites in the comments section of this video. I will use that to determine the games that I play for my future live broadcasts of the games of the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is still alive and well, even in this year of 2023. With so many options, you can play the games still using discs. You can play the games through emulation. You can play the games through a GDEMU, which is a special hack you can do to a Dreamcast, which basically plays the games just like if the disc was there. It's a drive emulator. One of the crazy things about the Dreamcast is it was so far ahead of its time it had VGA out. And I'll be using that to stream most of the games. Some games simply don't capture well from VGA out, so I will probably have to play those through emulation. But, you know, as you can see from this video footage, emulation of the Dreamcast has really came a long way. And, you know, it's making these games which can be very expensive, very obscure, very hard to collect, It's making them available to everyone. I've put together a playlist of all the Dreamcast games and live streams I've done so far. So dig into that. While you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up. You can do it. This has been Papa Brad reminding you to always love the Dreamcast. And, of course,
the other way.
stay legit.
Anyway, that's a little video talking about why I love the Dreamcast so much. Of course, the reason why I love the Dreamcast so much is because the games were great. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm carefully removing all the screws in the motherboard. There's a ton of them. Got 5 across the back. The cool thing is all the motherboard screws are black, so it's pretty easy to keep them straight. Take them all out. Almost there. Okay. Put all these black screws in here. Not a bad idea to have some little plastic cups or something to put the screws in. There's a lot of screws. Just take your time. It's an awesome mod if you want to add a little pizzazz to your old Dreamcast. I know a lot of those white shells, they get discolored. And adding a clear shell to any Dreamcast to me makes it 1000% better as far as looks. Here's gold. There. Okay. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Hold it in. Carefully lift these out. Okay. Here goes. Here goes nothing. Lift it out. There's a shroud back there. Okay. Loose. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's it. The motherboard is inside of there. You gotta take all that loose to get off the controller. This controller plate is like sandwiched kind of in between base of the motherboard plate. Okay, I'm gonna show you the inside of a Dreamcast. We'll flip this. Well, I don't know if we'll flip it over. I can use this cam here. Check this out. Ooh, you get high tech. There you go. Can you see it? That's the underside of the Dreamcast. Look at that. How cool is that? I don't want to flip it over because I don't want the screws to fall out of it. But that's what you're looking at. I'm gonna sit this right over here for a minute. Over there. Okay. I'm almost done with this ugly white case. Last thing I'm going to do, carefully take out my pieces. Put the cord over here so it doesn't get stuck. And I'm going to move this over carefully. Take your time. Wiggle out. There you go. Wiggle it out. Set it in the base. Get the cord on top. Okay, seat it in there nice. I have to get close to it to look at it, but I'm gonna put it back down so you can see. But basically, this is the base you're looking at. Okay. Everything's looking good. Okay. Say goodbye to the ugly white Dreamcast. Goodbye. Okay. Let's make this thing beautiful. Okay. At this phase, You don't want to do. If you forget this, you'll be very upset. Put on the controller port in the front. Just slides in here. Show a close up of it. Y'all can see. See that? It slides into there. You can see it. This is harder than I thought it would be. Okay. Now there you go. There you can almost see it there. Let me wait. Let's see. There you go. You see it pretty good there. Okay. And we're gonna sit the motherboard on top. Remember, it sandwiches it. Okay. And everything up. Oh, put in the back first. Put in the back first. You got your power and some other pieces that kind of need a seat in there first. So get the back piece in first. All the way. Take your time. No need to rush. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there. Push with your fingers. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oops. Fine. Back. Okay. Doing all the way. Okay. There you go. Now it's going. There you go. Second. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're looking good now. It's looking all flush. Yeah, that's got it. I'll find out here in a minute. Back on. Gonna reconnect the fan. There you go, controller ports. Okay, I'm screwing the controller ports back down. Okay. In retrospect, I probably didn't have to take the controller port apart. It's been a while. The most important thing with this mod is do not rush. Just take your time. And I know this is probably the boringest video in the world, but you just gotta take your time. While I'm working on this, let me put something on for us to have in the background. Cool kevgret. Oh. Here it is. Okay, there we go. Take your time. I'll put this on. I can put this outside, really. There you go. There we go. Okay. Power supply's in. Yeah, it looks like I'm making a nuclear bomb. I hear you. It feels like it. You just got to take your time. Put everything back the way it was in there. It should work. Right there. Now it's locked in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice. It's all tucked in, nice and tight. Nice and tight, nice and tight. Okay, so this is where we're at. We have the power supply back in. We have the motherboard seated. We have the controller ports re-1. Remember that sandwich part's important. It goes in between the two motherboard shrouds. So that is tricky. It's tricky to get it all seated back in there, but I think I'm ready. Okay, it's time to put the optical disk drive back in. Basically, there's like a slot. Now, if you have a GDEMU, which is a drive emulator, you basically leave this part off, and the GDEMU will go into this slot here. Maybe in the future, I'll do another GDEMU mod. But that is a really pretty easy mod. Basically the same process as what I'm doing. You just put in the other, instead of putting in the optical drive, you put in the GDEMU. Get everything line up right. Okay. Missing it. Just missing it by a little bit. Okay. So it goes. That's lined up. Looks like it's pushed on. Push down. There it is. Push it down. Work it in. At this point, I think I could probably put just the cover on, do a quick power on test. I think I would be fine. Make sure I got that seated in there. There enough. Get a connection. See something. Do a quick power on test. Make sure I got the in there right. This in. See if it boots on. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. Okay, this is Papa Brad. Part 2 of the Dreamcast mod. I'm back. Okay, let me put on my camera so you can see what we got going on. Okay, I wanted to make sure the motherboard was not completely perfectly seated. It has to be perfectly seated all the way down. Otherwise, it was interfering with the video out. So now you can see I've got everything working. I'm running Canon Spike right here. It's all working. Okay. Let me little background music on here. Okay. Okay, so let me go back to my my camera shot. There it is. Okay. Okay, so now that I know that it works, I am just going to turn this off, unplug it, take out the video cable carefully, pop the cover, take off the controller port. Now I'm going to, I'll do it this way, I probably can see it better. I'm going to put all the screws back in. Here we go. Actually, I think I'll do it this way. That's the way I looked at it before. Take that off. Okay. So I just need to go back through. Make sure I put all the screws that I need to back in. Start with the controller port. Controller ports have 4 screws. Game is working, and it will be purple. 100% now. Carefully. Seems like it's very secure. That'll be it. Sizes are. Those are them. That's secure. Okay. Putting all the screws back in. Back here. Okay. Okay, continuing on with this project. Check my fan real quick. Yep, it's working. Okay. Good, good. Okay. Okay. Another one in there. It's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see. This piece here, the modem. Let's see what's all involved with this. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Just to have this piece, which I'll never use, but do want to keep it complete. Wow, that was fun. Okay, so once again, everything with this is take your time. Don't rush. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, Carlo? What's up, kevgret? Yeah, no drinking and modding. Hey, actually, I didn't even have a single drink to do this. I probably would have done better if I had a drink, but yeah, I decided to go sober on this one. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't be afraid of doing this mod. You're not going to break anything. Even though I was scared for a moment and I went off air, I knew that I wouldn't break anything. I just had to have time to really carefully get very close and see why the motherboard was not fit all the way down. There we go. Okay. Look at that, a dial-up modem. How cool is that? 1999. Dreamcast. Carlo said you should have seen me changing the springs on my AtGames joysticks. Lots of cussing, yeah. Yeah, this is my first time ever attempting to mod something like on a camera. I don't know how BCom does it. It adds a whole nother level of stretch. Look at that. That looks perfect. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so that is the part that snaps in. So I'm ready. The moment of truth. I got to put the shell on the top back on. I got all the screws. Oh, I missed one. One in the very back. One left. This is the last one. Okay, yeah, a reminder too, all the motherboard screws are black, so they really do you a favor there. That makes it much easier. You snap this in dead last because there is a spot that you're going to put a screw. Okay. Okay, we're done with that ugliness. Okay, line it all up. Seated right. Okay. Okay. We're ready to start putting the actual screws that hold the Dreamcast together in. I'd like to start with this one right here in the corner, up by where the modem's going to go. The other ones you can't mess up. Okay, that one's tight. Double check to make sure I got everything flush. Okay, drop the screws in. Once again, you want to go tight. You don't want to go crazy tight. You just want to go snug. Remember, it's plastic. Don't go crazy. And this shell was ordered off of Amazon. Just type purple Dreamcast shell. You'll find it. Okay. Reminder, tomorrow night we have Arcade Talk coming on. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to talk about pinball. And it's going to be fun. I have a video that I will premiere on the Act Games pinball. Yep, the purple disc eater. Okay. The way this works, modem will snap into that port. Okay, a moment of truth. There you go, just like that. Look at that. See what it's looking like. Okay, there was my problem. You can see now it's perfectly lined up. If you look at the video display, it was just off by about 1 millimeter. So I had to take everything apart again and reseat everything. And that's the only thing, you know. Take your time, don't rush. That's all I can tell you with this mod. Beautiful mod. Let me fire it up. Let's see if I have a game that works. I'm feeling good about it. Let me put in my bootleg Cannon Spike disc. Plug in the video display. Power. Let's see what we got. Boot up. Oh. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. Did I over-tighten it? It's over-tightened. Yeah, be careful. Don't over-tighten. If you over-tighten it, the power button won't work. Okay. We got it spinning up. Now, I should see the date set. Dreamcast, typically, there is a mod you can do where you can basically replace the battery. I don't know how to do that mod, but there is a mod you can do. The only bad thing is you have to do your time every time. It really doesn't bother me that much, but it is an awesome mod. Okay, so because this was made in 1999, the battery that's in there is no good anymore, and it's actually soldered in. There is a way you can unsolder it and put a different. I wish I had those skills. Okay, so I got my controller in. You always got to do this. This is standard for Dreamcast, you know. Yeah, this game is perfectly illegal. Should have got a legal game, but to be honest with you, this was the last game I played and reviewed, which is Cannon Spike. It's a fantastic game. I'm not paying $300 for it. Yeah, the Dreamcast was easily hacked. I mean, you could basically just burn discs. And that was kind of one of the downfalls of it. The games were great. Now, if I had this hooked to my regular TV, you wouldn't see these lines. It's only because it's going to a capture card. And there we go, Capcom. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Let's take a look. Take a look. Mission accomplished. Thank you for hanging out with me while we did this mod live. Nothing to be afraid of. Keep track of the screws. Take your time. This is an awesome mod. I'd highly recommend it. Really spices up the look of your Dreamcast. I do have a sticker somewhere that I'll find. I had one before I moved, but I don't know where I placed it. I might even have to get another one. But look, look how ugly this is. This is the original shell. I mean, it's kind of like that white PC plastic to the top. This one actually is in good shape, though. I mean, this one is in good shape. It's not. Sometimes they discolor. And this one is, this one is actually in nice shape. So if someone wanted to restore one with an original white, I mean, this one's in pretty good shape, but they do discolor a lot. Here's another shot. And there's a game running. Yeah, you'll see this in my background. I'll definitely leave this out. This is probably the machine I'm going to play most of my games on. And I do have one with a GDEMU too. I might get a GDEMU for this. But I have about 5 Dreamcasts. I actually found 5 of them. So this one I wanted to put a different shell on. Thank you for joining me. Arcade Talk tomorrow night.
What's up, everybody? It's almost that time of week for Arcade Talks live stream. Co-hosting with me this week would be papabrad, and we're going to be talking all things pinball. That's right, everybody. We're going to be talking pinball. We're going to be talking old, new, conventions. If it's pinball, we'll be talking about it tomorrow night. Hopefully, you will make the stream and join into the discussion of all things pinball. It's tomorrow night, April 6th, Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, I will see you in the stream.
And if you're into Dreamcast, check out some of my Dreamcast videos. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, kevgret. Thank you, Video Game Lover 58. And this is Papa Brad. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.